traders, welcome to the TMT stock market strategy video for Wednesday, September 21st. All right, pretty much lackluster day yesterday. Everybody's waiting on the Fed for 2 o'clock Eastern time. Two-day Fed meeting will conclude today, and we're going to see what happens here. The markets, it's how the markets react to what the Fed rate decision is going to be, whether it be a no hike or a hike or whatever the case may be. I suspect that the Fed's not going to raise anytime soon, although they have surprised us before, so it's something really to take note of. Yesterday we really didn't do anything. We're down nine. Excuse me. We were up 9 points in the Dow. S&P was basically flat unchanged, and Nasdaq up 6. We had a little bit of selling at the end of the day, kind of rebalancing. I guess some of these portfolio managers looking to lighten up the load going into today's FOMC meeting. So it's going to be interesting, but I always say volatility creates opportunity, and that's what we will be getting today moving on. And I believe that's going to be a good start of volatility between now and the end of October going into the holiday season. So let's dive right in. UUP is going to be a big factor here. In the rate decision, you're going to have a big move either way. At the moment, we have a symmetrical triangle here, as you can see, and it really the way to trade triangles is really let it break out or break down, give it a back test one way or the other, sort of a bull flag and then a break back out, or a bear flag and break back down again. Really, that's how you want to trade these. You want to let them break out and then go from there and follow that trend. That swing high is going to be 20, 25, 25. We really need to take that up before we really see some upside momentum. So something to think about. Dollar is looking poised for a nice big pop. We have RSI and MACD looking pretty good. So if that does happen, you're going to get pressure on the precious metals and, of course, crude oil in itself. Speaking of precious metals, let's take a look quickly at the GDX. We are at the 61.8% retracement. That really is a good spot for a good bounce, but since we did bounce and now we're kind of stuck here, you could see that RSI and MACD is still continually rolling over. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get a big flush right back into the 19 to 20 area. That would be an ideal area to start looking to get long gold. And again, you'd need a trigger, but looking at different spots here, gold usually flushes pretty hard and just takes out all the weak longs in this matter to the downside. So something that we're going to be watching and monitoring later on today, because it will move GDX. It's going to move along with equities and, of course, gold, GLD. We have our descending triangle here. And again, lower lows and lower highs in our RSI and MACD here. So really nothing of strength internally. And our momentum indicators are not doing much either. So you can see a 38% retracement. As we all know, guys, I marked that 120.50 going to be that double top formation. So just to give you guys a heads up. And really, nothing has changed from yesterday's video. But I figured let me get the video out anyway because it is FOMC. Now we have a bear flag here forming in the TLT. Rates actually popped. The TNX actually really ripped towards the end of the day as well. Put a little pressure on equities. But as you can see here, bonds are not even rallying. We're just basically rallying this to this uptrend line here. So, bonds are really looking ripe for a really big move lower to the downside. Remember, there's a lot of market players long bonds, and when that starts to unwind, you're going to see a mass exodus to the doors here. So I'd like to see a gap fill, even touch half of a gap fill, and then see a rollover and look to roll over and buy, sell the TLT. You might want to, if you are trading the ETFs, I would not look to buy the TBT, because you're buying the TBT to be short, but the erosion in that ETF is just too great. I'd rather you just short the TLT if you are looking to do some sort of get some exposure on some bonds. The TLT would be the place to do it, to short it, or of course, obviously, you would buy it to be long TLT, which would be bonds. Spiders, you can see here we have a nice big pennant formation, and look what's happened here. Other than a down day on last Friday, up day Friday, not this past Friday, but 2 weeks ago, you're just really in this symmetrical triangle here. We really haven't gone anywhere. So very, very quiet. You see that volume is dropping dramatically. So my guess is that I would suspect that, and this is just conversation, this is not actionable, I would suspect that the markets are going to do one or two things. We're going to either rally hard and then sell off, or we're going to sell off and then rally hard. And I mean is that really is that head fake formation. That's why this is just conversation. So I would look for the markets either to rally initially and then sell off after the news, or vice versa. Have the markets weak early and then rally towards the end of the day. And then everything reversed the next day. Usually that's what happens, but we'll see. Let's just pay attention to price action. Price is what pays us. 60-minute, you can see here, 212.50. That's going to be that deciding factor, guys. You got that 38% retracement coming in at 211.50, and you know my target is 210. My target for this from up here would be 210. Okay. Next, and that's the 60-minute chart I want to show you. This is what we show you in our Pro Trader Premier videos of actionable areas, levels, and of course patterns, so that you guys are much educated in and that you can trade for the trading day. Next is going to be the IYT. You can see here that we're right back down again. So this is not really moving. This is not leading. This is our leader, and it's not leading. So need to be really careful about that. And by the way, I may add that TMT trading model is, yes, still on a sell signal. Okay. Of course, if that changes, I will let you know. IWM, we just kind of back tested here, and that's really given us just a nice bear flag here. You can see that really just a bear flag coming off of that bearish rising wedge. Okay, and we need to see a break now back below that 121.50 on the IWM. And last is going to be the Qs. Qs really did nothing. You could see here we had a large move up, and then we had an inside day the last 3 days. But we did have Apple showing some weakness. And then what I'll do is tomorrow I'll put an Apple chart. I had a few people that wanted me to do some analysis work on Apple, and then we'll get that out to you by tomorrow. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe. Don't forget FOMC minutes coming. FOMC rate decision coming out this afternoon. Have a great day. Take care.